Today I thought I would share a little bit about the history of our property and the surrounding area. The story of these hills begins with the native Yakuts who used these forests and streams for thousands of years before California was ever settled. Each tribe had their own language and customs, and there were over 100 different tribes at one time. The signs of their communities can be seen all over the ranch. In the 1850s, gold was discovered in California foothills, and miners flocked to the hills in search of their fortune. Gold was eventually found on the Wide Awake Ranch owned by Thomas Hildreth, and a town quickly sprung up along Long Gold Creek surrounding the many mine shafts that were dug in this area. At its peak, the town of Hildreth boasted 3 general stores, a hotel, 14 saloons, a millinery shop, post office, and a schoolhouse. The population quickly swelled to around 5,000 people. During the 1920s, Hildreth had one last rise in importance as it became a station for the Minarets and Western Railway, operated by the Sugar Pine Lumber Company. The O'Neill family used the railway to get their sheep to market instead of herding them the 30 miles to Fresno. The O'Neill family are the namesake of the little town of O'Neills, California, and still live in the original farmhouse built in 1868, just across from the Spring Valley Elementary School, which they established in 1889. The stock market crash of the 1930s would ultimately spell the demise of the lumber industry in Central Sierras and was the last nail in the coffin for Hildreth. Today, Hildreth is a quiet little community of ranchers, farmers, and nature lovers. Many of the neighboring families are the original families of those who first settled here. The Ryan family, who owned the ranch across the road, moved here in the early 1880s. The Topping family, who run their cattle on our property, have Native American ancestry and settled in Hildreth in 1886. Today, all that is left to alert you to the fact that there was once a thriving gold rush town here are old broken down rock walls, stone chimneys, foundations of old buildings, and of course rusted mining equipment and wagon wheels that are scattered haphazardly all around the property. The mines are long since abandoned, and many of them are flooded with water like this one. This particular mine has a very sad story as it claimed the lives of 3 young men who thought to pump it dry and explore its depths in 2008. The mines are very alluring, but they have a very deadly history. The old schoolhouse still stands, but it has nearly reached the end of its life. All that remains of the once glamorous Hildreth Hotel is a little stone wall along the side of the road. Along with all the old-time families, newcomers have come to this piece of California history, not allured by the hope of riches found within the mines, but because of how much we have fallen in love with the beauty of this rugged terrain and the peace of this mountain community. We are not the first to call this place home, and we definitely won't be the last, but we will be a part of it, and hopefully we can make a positive impact on the history of Hildreth.